But it was all hard, and she wanted to do it nothing but out of love and appreciation. And she even said that, like, at least chai to piyare ke rupo moklu wari ta jo lambo rasto safar ta jo lambo ta piyo chai to pucho. I'm sorry, kharab hai. But they're very, very loving and wonderful people. I mean, this is just one. There's so many stories like this. Sindh mein wano the aksar asa hote vaccine asa rakhan wanu hote the peri asa ke vehi kare khado kharan veo village ji jeka औरतों हैं उन्होंने ताजे ले खातो ठाया हो हने वियो हिते असा जगह पंडाल लगाए हो खाओ and जिसकी ताना खाओ ना बेइज्जती की वेंदी so you have to eat okay other than that they'll be like and I have eaten with them so that's also I had to so it was fine but at that time I was living there so of course you become immune to things and then they'll bring like I have a habit the my field already come karan indi and my cooler menu bhare vendi hai drinks are good barf viji kar put drinks with me but I don't eat when I'm in the field so I just drink a lot unan ya note kai because on the village mein mabate the faveyo so unan the dhyan the way they watch you so carefully the way oh you know what cooler hai in pe cooler mahi di so that family went out and bottle vati hai ji doctor sahab asa tanje bottle vati hai hum cho jata to ko piyo hi tha diet coke and you to tanje le vati hai so yaar matlab hete tha ki khado khain de paisa na tamine la bottle uta so it's like but it's hospitality you know it's what it is I'm not you
yeah the same you know this like when I was in judo when I was just sitting there and it was very hot. So I'm just very hot and I had my water with me and then I would say, kya problem hai? Or then one of the women said, how are you? Aapko kuch doon, doctor? So I was just like, yeah. Huh? They're just more worried about you. And we had an emergency and then I had to deal with that and the men there were just like maine kaha aap isko deal kare but they were just like taking kyunki I had to go outside so they were taking a fan and ki Aamna behosh ho jaye it's just so the kindness of people is very evident and I don't want to say but I think is Sindh mein what you see in Sindh is just beyond belief. Jo logon ka jo pyar.
For sure, you know, our kindness of our people gives you strength. That's our strength. So here, there's love and kindness. So now I go to the audience.
You want to ask me a question? I just want to. ताँ एक वो part भी मैंने question में था कहीं आया तो भाई अगर साना आ गया करना चाहे तो छा. Dr. Turk, Dr. Sheikh. 2010 में उनकी खबर हुई मुझे को कम हले पे बैठो and माँ भी इन ॻाल्हि ते ॾाढो सोचणो हो तो भाई जेके मसला आए सिंध जे अंदर are so multifaceted down the line there is work to get done so what can somebody like Sana do तो उन टाइम ते असांजी discussion हली हुई the most I feel because ॾिसो अगर तव्हां sustainable goals of development goals ॾिसो तो उन में टे त health जा related आहिनि ending hunger well-being, general well-being and health, and water and sanitation. I think just मुझे समझ में आया कल था साफ पानी में तो कम क्या हुई था probably independently, maybe also as an organization. तो वो साफ पानी जो एक issue तो हले तो hunger is a massive problem right now. जेको मु hunger सिंध में हिन दफ़ो ॾिठो जेको मुंहिंजो दिमाग़ ख़राब थी वियो मां फील्ड में वेठी हुअसि and I'm seeing patients मुंहिंजी लाइन लगी आहे औरतुनि जी ऐं वो हिन पासे वेठा आहिनि ऐं असां they made it so that nobody could come on this side because distracting things हो so हिन हीअं लाइन में वेठा आहिनि औरतूं पंहिंजे ॿारनि खे वेठी करे पंहिंजे गोद में and I have to see like 15 of them and there are more standing behind so I'm focused on that and कॾहिं because हुते गर्मी आहे एतिरा मसला था नज़र में अचनि and you're trying to diagnose very quickly it's kind of like a triage system so you diagnose and you send them to the hospital very quickly you don't have time and obviously because field limited situation थी न तव्हां कुझु invasive त करे नथा सघो त तव्हां lines that he would never do. So you're just doing okay, whatever I can treat here, otherwise we have to ship you to the hospital. So khair, left side में एक औरत आके अच्छी कर बैठी मुझे and घड़ी घड़ी मुझे ये करे माँ patient के भी disability she's doing this करी हते and the woman was elderly. It was quite elderly and anyway आसानी की या थी दिया we're kind of annoying that way where we want to get somebody's attention or we keep poking them. So she kept doing it. माँ भी short थी बस तो थी ना तो भाई छाया माँ you know like that. It was completely rude. I should not have done it, but in that moment that's what I did and I said छाते So she looks at me and she gets me put when she was really old, so how can she ever put it? So but anyway I'm like okay. And she was sitting there, but there was no put there. So like, what do you want? The dupatta mathe kahin hetha andar god mein je bahar lete lo and wo bahar disi kar milo itni halat kharab thi ve mahiya thi bas and I couldn't look at her and I couldn't look at my patient. I actually had to take a minute to see this child. Nth level of starvation. Could be that there were other problems. I don't think that was a normal child. I think there was something underlying, like a genetic problem. Clearly not diagnosed, also not possible to diagnose at that point, but very severely malnourished. And 2010 में UNICEF did through supplement ईंदो for malnutrition. जेको was very readily available. WHO and UNICEF did through 2010 का 2013 में जड़ी ऐसा floods में कम हिन दफ़े जड़ी ऐसा आया सी किथे भी न पे मिले. We couldn't find it anywhere. He the alaj chathyo asamini ke before we were leaving she got the paracetamol like the Tylenol that we needed that was very low in Pakistan. I mean in Sindh and overall in Pakistan. Asam ya si lekin aam take milan na te Walgreens hote veda the Cerelac ja and Infamil ja and you je ke powders milana wo asa khani ya si but in Pakistan mein mane kare sa vadika varta si lactogen and you so there was a big problem. So if that's something that Sana can work with the government of Sindh, because we found out that it's actually the government of Sindh has it from UNICEF. So that would definitely lobby to that district level there and even have NGOs that are working on the ground to have access to that. But independent dependent malnutrition centers call it because malnutrition is a big problem. And jite population unhealthy hondi, the future child will. But it's such a simple thing that unhealthy the khado na tha khao the child. What's the future? So that's my leaving remark for Sami.
I agree with that. I think that's what we saw too. RUTF is important. It's called ready to use therapeutic food. It's just instant nutrition, and UN sends it to these areas, and I know that for last year too they sent it, and with Dr. Turk and Dr. Mayman's help, I did meet the health minister of Sindh also, Dr. Azra, who said yes, contact, but then they told me, the district health officer told me that they don't have any access to it. It's UN sends it directly, but we, like Geet is saying, we did not see it there. On the ground, the reality is wherever it's going, it needs to go to people, and maybe Sana definitely, I think, can help with that. जैसे गीत का experience है, तो I had a similar experience that we were in judo, and my friends from Hyderabad, Arfana Mala, Amir Sandhu, and VAF women went with me, and then we had made, like in the building, we had 2 tables where we were seeing patients, and then outside there was a tent where people were sitting and meeting, and Amar Sandhu called me and said, "Come here, Aamna." So I went there, and there is a young man, and he's unconscious. And we had nothing. We did not have any IV fluids, we did not have any access, any IVs. I had nothing there, and they're standing there, and then I just had to improvise, and I just said, "Iski thange upar kar do." So they did, and or iske haath, I remember like from older stories, like iske haath aur pair ko massage karo. so we had to deal with that. And I think one thing that I learned there, because everybody, including my friend Aamna, they were all like, we should give him some water. I'm like, no, he's going to have aspiration and he's going to have pneumonia. So I think basic training of people around there for life-threatening situations like that is very important, because we did call an ambulance, but that we were in the middle of nowhere. Wahan kahan aani thi ambulance? And afterwards they all said that his life was saved. But thodi si training di sana, and maybe we can collaborate with Aamna in that to create point people in every village, in every group, जिनको थोड़ी सी basic training आती हो, Trendelenburg में डाल दें, which we did essentially, और पानी नहीं दें उनको, just let them get better, or CPR की training देनी जरूरी है.
Dr. Buttar. So now I'll go to audience, and I'm coming there. I'll give you. We have still 15-20 minutes, so don't worry. So it just. ढो बिना ढोला ना ही सान्या साह में तो सना की यो सोचन खपे जिया को आए तो पोवा जा ॿिया प्रोजेक्ट्स तालीम हुजे शेल्टर हुजे घर हुजे ये सब तो इन ते बिल्कुल सोचन खपे. दिस इज रियली Geet strong suggestion in Dr. Aamna. So now I am coming to you. Mahesh is number 1. So let's go to Mahesh.
हेलो. सबसे पहले तो मैं आप डॉक्टर आमना और डॉक्टर गीत से अफसोस करता हूँ कि आप जब हैदराबाद आ रही थी तो आपने मुझे फ़ोन किया. उस वक्त मैं लंदन में जा रहा था, तो मैंने कुछ थोड़ा बहुत जो अरेंज किया था कैंप्स का. मैं आपसे ये जानना चाहता हूँ कि ये जो खुराक जो जो विक्टिम जो लोग थे जो तकलीफ में थे, उनको कपड़े ये दवाइयाँ खाने का सामान, मगर जो खास करके वो आप दोनों ये बताएं कि जो वो हमने देखा, हमने अखबारों में भी रिपोर्ट किया है, जो औरतें थी उनकी जो डिजीज थी, उनके जो औरतों के मसाइल थे, उनमें न हुकूमत का कोई उस तरफ तवज्जो थी, न कोई NGO उस तरफ जा रही थी. उनके कोई चीज़ें ऐसी हैं जो औरतों को देनी होती हैं, उनको ज़रूरत होती है. तो वो आपने क्या देखा? वो जो बहुत बड़ा वो जो रिपोर्ट हुआ है, इस तरह की वो कोई एक्सपीरियंस आप बताएं.
मैंने एक्चुअली मैं लिस्ट बना रही थी द थिंग्स दैट वी सॉ. ये सबसे बड़ा जो, और हमारे पास, और गीत भी जब गई थी तो इसीलिए हम तो गए, वी कुड नॉट गेट अ मैन डॉक्टर, तो हमारे पास सारा था ही 2 औरतें डॉक्टर थी, बाकी सारी भी औरतें थी. हमारे पास इतनी औरतें आई और मैंने उन्हें कहा कि आप अस्पताल में क्यों नहीं जाते. वो कहते हैं वहाँ हमारे, क्योंकि इतना रश होता है, हमारी बात नहीं सुनी जा सकती. सो इनफर्टिलिटी के मसले, वैजिनल डिजीजेस, वैजिनल इन्फेक्शंस, ब्लीडिंग, और उनको शर्म आती है किसी और से बात करते हुए. वो बल्कि मेरे पास आके, हमने भी गीत की तरह यही किया था कि भाई टेबल के अक्रॉस बैठो, बट देन दे वुड वांट टू कम सिट नेक्स्ट टू मी, और वो उसको इतनी शर्म, घूंघट निकाल के couldn't talk to me. So this is very important. Women's health, women and girl child and preteen girls की health की वहाँ पर बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरत है. बहुत ज़्यादा देखा मैंने, तो सबसे ज़्यादा देखा ही ये. And I think Geet also commented on that it was all, I don't know if you saw that, but when I was going, बहुत ज़्यादा, और ख़वातीन की जो तकालीफ हैं उनको हमने बहुत ज़्यादा देखा. उनको यही बताते हुए आपको शर्म आती है कि ब्रेस्ट मिल्क नहीं हो रहा, बच्चा जो है वो सूखता जा रहा है, तो उनको बहुत ज़रूरत है वहाँ पर फीमेल डॉक्टर्स की, लेडी हेल्थ विजिटर्स की, जहाँ के लोकल एरिया में वो अपनी तकालीफ बयान कर सकें.
Share some experience?
Yeah. So very quickly, I think one of the mistakes that we make and this is unfortunate in development sector में यो एक बड़ो मसलो है जॾहिं असां interventions कयूं था असां उन जगह जी पल्स खे नथा सम्झूं अगर मां पेशेंट खे तव्हांखे डायग्नोस करणो त तव्हां पहिरीं उन जी पल्स फील कंदा हिते तव्हां प्रोजेक्ट्स था ठाहियो वेठा विदाउट एक्चुअली अंडरस्टैंडिंग द पीपल हू माण्हू छा आहिनि हू उन जी बिहेवियर छा आहे हू so many projects that I've seen that they don't discuss with the villagers बस वेंदा आहिनि कंदा आहिनि ऐं हली वेंदा आहिनि त हू ओन ई नथा कनि उन्हनि प्रोजेक्ट्स खे Similarly, ताके health के खड़ी करे ताके समझणो है तो भाई हुते जी औरत जो दिमाग कीअं तो हले they do not seek out care they always put themselves last their husband comes first their children come first their ससुर come first they come last खादे में भी यही गाल है healthcare के go out and avail the healthcare वो भी last सागी गाल है So you have a lot of malnourished mothers. The issue is that malnourished is so high, malnutrition. कि माँ के खीर न तो अच्छे तो बाहर भी भूखे बैठवा. So this is the reality of Sindh. That's mine.
Dr. Ijaz.
वो देखो मिसाल पे लो because my daughter goes to this for last 2 years. She has been traveling every month. She goes to different countries. Established this Operation Smile. So twice she went to Pakistan also, and she had different African countries. She went to Punjab first time, and second time she went to Badin with that group. It happens to be the doctor who established everything is from Lahore too. Very kind man. The Mukechi, she said, Baba, Hetran African countries में वैसे Badin जी गुरबत है, कितने कोटे. So असां वटि जेके हूंदा न वल्नरेबल जेके हूंदा न उन ते वधीक वॾेरे जो पुटु कोन मिलंदो आहे उहो त ग़रीब था पर तव्हां जीअं चयो त भई सना शुड डू इट त मां पंहिंजे सना जा जेके दोस्त ते वेठा आहिनि उन लाइ सिर्फ़ु गुज़ारिश इहा आहे सना इज़ नॉट इन द गवर्नमेंट वी डोंट हैव असांजा रिसोर्सिस जेके आहिनि तव्हां आहियो यू आर आवर रिसोर्सिस वट एवर वी कैन उते असीं कंदासीं त महिरबानी करे तव्हां सना के इन प्रोग्राम्स में जितनी फाइनेंशियल सपोर्ट कंदो उतनी असीं उते कम करे सघंदासीं विदाउट योर सपोर्ट एज मकबूल सेड ही कैन नॉट डू एनीथिंग यू हैव टू सपोर्ट हिम तो महिरबानी करे बी जनरस फॉर दीस उहे तव्हांजा बच्चा आहिनि नारनि सां कुझु कोन फर्क़ु थींदो उहे तव्हांजा बच्चा आहिनि किथे त उन लाइ महिरबानी करे बी जनरस एंड सपोर्ट सना
समझा तो मुख्य बाकी 10 मिनट आए हैं
10 मिनट कौन है
सर आगे चलिए
वो यूथ के ऊपर प्रोग्राम जनरल बॉडी
no we have 10 minutes
no 5 minutes I will give you 5 minutes प्लीज
मुख्तसर सवाल
बस सवाल या ट्रेस सवाल करो बस
कुछ तो धमाको थियो so yeah आसिम
Geet all right
please
अच्छा गीत मुझे सवाल
I'm
लाना है
not to be offended but I'm really sorry I have a short of time
ना आपकी बात ना हमारी बात 10 मिनट
5 मिनट
हेलो अंजुमन मुझे क्वेश्चन लास्ट फ्लड में विया आहियो हिन फ्लड में विया आहियो शयूं जेके आहिनि उहे तव्हांखे वधीक ग्रेव नज़र आयूं उन ई लेवल ते हूं या कुझु बहितरी आई आहे
This is Dr. Nadeem Talpur. Actually, you said judo. I am actually from Rajam on this, close to me. I know what exactly situation was that. So, and thank you so much. Allah Ta'ala Jada Day. I appreciate that. They come that I know personally. But I know that Chondo Sabni ke the human factor I think Sabni ke realize from Kape. The dunya mein inhe ka vadik bhi azab bane qiyamat jehdi hai when you have two combinations. Poverty and disease. When these two things came and action to dunya mein, poverty and disease, in a disaster, is like a qiyamah. So, is, a big idea of something you chose is my comment is political sana level take or Khudara, Panjan, Otan, Panjan, second, individual level take Kayo. Until level take Kayo.
I have two questions. She's been asking,
last question will be there. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Hello.